In the agenda, we have mainly the relationship with Russia, which is going to be discussed at the European Union Council later this week. You know that we have been preparing a report that was published yesterday, and the ministers will take stock of this report in order to prepare the European Union Council. So Turkey is the first item in the agenda, but we also have southern neighborhood and Russia.
Well, as we heard from Joseph Borrell there, it's a bit of a shopping list of things that he was running down that they're speaking about. But one of the things he did also say in that little press statement on his way into the meeting is that there's going to be 11 names on the list of sanctions for Myanmar, for people that are have taken part in the coup in Myanmar. The foreign ministers are going to prepare those sanctions further today. He also said that Ethiopia, in the deteriorating situation there with sort of hot conflict at the moment, is going to be a priority on their list as well as their discussions. We also understand that the foreign ministers are going to start drawing up sanctions for at least 4, maybe more Chinese officials over the persecution of the Uyghur Muslim minority in the Xinjiang province. And this also is interesting because those sanctions are likely to be done under what's known as the sort of Magnitsky Act, colloquially. This is a new EU function which is to sanction people for human rights abuses as opposed to the traditional way, which is under breaches of international law. As we also heard, the relations with Turkey are going to be high on the agenda, and Russia. EU leaders are going to really focus on those issues on Thursday when they hold a video call. And it's going to, the relationship with Turkey, sanctions have pretty much fallen off the agenda there. It's unlikely any of the EU members are going to agree to Greece and Cyprus's demand for those sanctions. But they really are trying, the EU and Turkey, ostensibly to reset relations after a terrible year in 2020.
Well, of course, the last year has been dominated hugely by dealing with the pandemic. Is today a little bit of a chance to sort of resharpen, refocus foreign policy, the agenda there? And what are their priorities?
Yeah, I think it might be, Rosie, and that's why there's such a sort of jam-packed schedule for the foreign ministers today, and also why we're actually seeing a couple of different things land on the agenda, like Ethiopia, a bit sort of unexpectedly, perhaps. Also, as I've said, when the EU leaders meet on Thursday this week, they are talking foreign policy, Turkey and Russia, specifically, obviously, with the sanctions against people that were involved in the arrest and detention of Alexei Navalny and the issues going on there, and Turkey, obviously, clearly in the neighbourhood with real concerns about migration starting again. And also, this really is foreign policy week in Brussels this week, because NATO foreign ministers are meeting here in Brussels Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who's actually just made a surprise trip to Afghanistan, is going to be here. So there's going to be a lot of foreign policy discussions here in Brussels throughout the week, Rosie.